Chapter 9. The next 3 weeks were better. It was so much fun to have a new friend. Brian was as cool as I remember him being. He worked most days until about 7 on weekdays and midnight on weekends. We went night ice fishing a few times. He even let me run the ice drill after the second outing. We went sledding on trash can lids and then upgraded to the shitty round Walmart sleds. It felt so good to be around someone who wasn't treating me like I might break. It made me feel strong because he saw me as strong. And it really showed when he did things like the awesome idea of waxing the bottoms of said Walmart sleds without telling me on our final trip out. The air I got was awesome and terrifying all at once. I could have killed him as I tumbled and crashed at the bottom of the hill. Not gonna lie, I had a shock of PTSD, where I forgot where I'd been. Suddenly, all I could see was the crash again. And that had led to both of us staring at the stars while I told him what had happened in my life since that fatal high school party. That night, I tried weed for the first time. I had no idea what I'd been missing until I dove in. Felt a lot like green eggs and ham. I'd needed something to calm my nerves after reliving it all through the retelling, and my body was aching all over the place after my abrupt stop. It was bringing back strange shivers of memories from those long days and nights in the hospital, like shockwaves. Only I wasn't there, so the experience wasn't as potent. It felt like my body was exhausting steam. It felt so good to talk to someone who didn't look at me any type of way. Brian was awesome. We talked until the sun came up, and then he dropped me off at home, where my mom was up waiting on the couch with a worried look on her face. When I walked through the door, I could almost feel the release of fear turning into relief. She scolded me and reminded me why I had a phone, and fretted all the way up the stairs over my limping. I assured her I was fine and I would call next time. Then I closed the door between us and slept for 12 hours straight. Better than I'd slept in years. Then one night, not long after that, Maddie visited me in my dreams again. She held out the scrapbook I'd made of all of our stories and illustrations. The look on her face was a combination of determination, anger, and passion. I don't know why, but those are the emotions that came to mind. When I woke up, I tore through my room, trying to figure out where I'd stashed that book. Finally, I dragged it from underneath my bed. I'd spent the next few hours thumbing through it, remembering again just how much of a power team we'd been. The stories were amazing, like a collection of so many of the little epiphanies we'd gathered together. I have to do something. The thought flooded in, followed by a torrent of tears. I'm gonna bring you back to life. This is how I'll do it. That little promise, that little single breath of intention thrilled my heart and sealed the deal. It was what started it all. The whispered ambition that tossed a little fish into the big ocean, full of massive ideas and even bigger dreams. From that moment forward, I was determined to leave Shitville